Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the North Wilkesboro Speedway, one of the most historic short tracks in the South. Tonight, here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, it's the one-time Burger Bar Throwback Spectacular here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. My name is Roger Muth, high above the virtual studio here tonight to bring you all this racing action of 26 drivers here tonight. And when I say 26 drivers on this short track, it's about to be a wild one here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. That's because we are just 2 races from the cutoff. That's right, the cutoff, the round of 12, the chase for the championship here. That's right, we have North Wilkesboro tonight and Bristol just 1 week from now. Only a few drivers know their fate. Those drivers, James Skelton, Jeffrey Souza, Max Terriot, along with Zach Mitchell. They're safe. They've picked up wins here in the regular season. They know they're going playoff racing. Trent Potter, Ethan Troutman, Michael Trevarthen, Bill Benedict, along with Jason Wells, Richard Murdoch, Ken Allen, and Sean Single, all in within 15 points of that cut line. Chris Hammett, Brandon Feeney, Tony Strano, and Luke Logan all on the outside looking in with 20 points between them. But let's get ready to go racing here as the field is starting to make their way to the starting lineup. This is your starting lineup here tonight for the one-time Burger Bar Throwback here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Tonight, Max Terriot will start on the front row to his outside, car number 18. This is his 4th straight race inside the top 5 in qualifying. That'll be Trent Potter. Chris Hammett in car number 6 will start right there, P number 3. 3 outside of him, car number 2 out of Tampa, Florida. It looks like he is good from that hurricane down there. Michael Trevarthen here tonight starting in 4th. James Skelton out of South Carolina will start into the 5th spot. And how about Ken Allen, car number 81? He'll start 6th. Zach Mitchell will start car 8 into the 7th starting spot here tonight. And how about his teammate right alongside him? It's the Shanika single, number 11. Back into the 9th position, he's an alien. He drives car number 64. That'll be Jason Wells. Car 15 tonight, starting into the 10th position. That'll be Chad Allcares with Ethan Troutman just behind them, starting into the 11th spot. 12th spot, it's the civilian. It's the 01 of Richard Murdoch. He'll roll from the 12th starting spot. 13th on the grid here tonight. That'll be car number 3. That'll be Tony Strano. Tim Combs, not so much of a professional golfer, I'm told. Car 17 will start 14th. Jeffrey Souza, car number 4, will roll from the 15th starting spot. And 16th, that'll be Bill Benedict III in car number 90. Starting at the 17th, it's the 4X Racing Rhino Donnie. Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. He'll start into the 17th spot. And how about, well, it's his buddy. It's Big Ben. Car number 45 rolling from the 18th starting spot. 13th. Well, 13th is the car number. Starting 19th on the grid, that'll be Joshua Buckley. 20th starting spot, that'll be TJ Henson in car number 97. And how about the driver back in 21st? Luke Logan Allen, a short track racer, driving car number 60, will roll from 21st. Brandon Feeney back in car number 38. He'll start 22nd. Bruce Potter back into the 23rd starting spot. Rob Higgins in 24th. 25th to Bob Higgins. And Scott Duncan back again here tonight. He's going to give it another whirl. He'll start shotgun to the field. That's your starting lineup here tonight for the one-time Burger Bar Throwback Spectacular 125-lap feature event coming up here. You see them on the front row, the 42 and the 18. They will get ready to go to turn number 1 side by side here tonight. You see the cars, you see the stars. It's time to go racing here tonight. Green flag in the air here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway as everybody barrel into turn number 1. Everybody looking like they're minding their P's and Q's here on lap number 1. Lap 1 will go to the 42 of Max Terriel. He'll lead the field here on lap number 1. These drivers said this is one of the trickiest tracks they've ran all season long. As you see them try to all go to the bottom side of the speedway, you got to come all the way back here to what is the 81 of Ken Allen. At the number 11, the Care Bear entry of Shanika Single. The old Shanika machine back there side by side as it will actually go to Ken Allen. One car spinning to the inside wall just sideways out of turn 4. That'll be the number 59. That will be Bruce Potter. Potter not going to break the caution flag out. That car very loose, maybe a tire down. He'll loop it around to the infield wall here. They'll try to get that car rolling back into the right direction. The 59 will roll. Here comes the field, though, out of turn number 2. They're going to catch the number 59 of Bruce Potter very quickly. There you see Potter rolling the inside of the speedway through turns 3 and 4. He'll come to pit road with the Science Apps number 59 machine. So Bruce Potter having some issues here on the opening laps of tonight's race. He'll go to pit road and see what he can get fixed up on his car tonight. The Duncan run and done number 15 of Chad Hawker is trying to get underneath the number 64 of Jason Wells, the alien here tonight. Not a lot of passing here early on. You want to talk about passing, you got to go way deep into the field. As you see the Duncan number 15, though, try and get around Jason Wells. Driver that's picked up the most spots, it's all the way back here. There is Luke Logan Allen, the youngster, the Goldfish entry, the youngest driver in the field here tonight. He's been able to pick up 3 spots, and he's not done. He's keeping the Goldfish entry down on the bottom side of the speedway as they come down the front straightaway. Down into turn 1, you see him in that Ford, that number 60 machine, just sitting there. It's very smooth down there for the number 61 driver, having a little issues down the back straightaway, and he'll keep it going. That was the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. Feeney got in all sorts of out of shape, but look at the battle right here. This is second, third, fourth. Put him under a blanket. Trent Potter got moved up to the outside there by the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Now Potter trying to get back down. Oh, problems on the back straightaway. Problems on the back straightaway. Ryan O'Donnell is off the speedway. There you see the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. We'll go back and see what happened here. Looks like a couple drivers having some issues, some slip-ups. Watch the number 11 here on this replay. The Care Bear entry, Sean Single. Wibble, wobble. Caught it. Through the grass we go. Ryan O'Donnell, on the other hand, there you see the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry down onto the infield. Let's ride on board here with Ryan O'Donnell and the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. There you see Shanika Single down there, and somebody must have definitely put some oil down because that's 2 of the 4X Racing drivers having the same problem that time off turn number 2. Both drivers able to keep it going as both of them go down onto the grass. As your race leader here, Max Terriel, is out front here tonight. Max Terriel continues to try and pull away from the field here. His closest competitor sitting 1 second back. That's the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Then it's James Skelton, Trent Potter, Zach Mitchell rounding out the top 5. And that's because Mitchell just got around the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen, the driver out of Tampa, Florida. He is here tonight. One of the drivers that was affected heavily by the hurricane that just came through the coast and then up through the East Coast. Or sorry, the Gulf and then up through the East Coast here. As looks like Brandon Feeney looking like he wished the Hurricane hit him like he just hit the wall. Feeney, one of the drivers out of Canada. Sean Single trying to come back through the field now. Looking at it there. He's battling with the number 17. That is Tim Combs. Combs was just down at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Caution lights are on. Looks like the number 87 it is. That is TJ Henson. Take a look back here. Henson into the corner. Got a little wheel hop. And, oh, just the big old lazy slide. Right ahead of number 59. That was Bruce Potter. Watch it again. Watch Potter come in here. He didn't know if he was going to okie or dokie. He bobbed and weaved and he got it right. Couple drivers coming to pit road here. It looks like Luke Logan will come to pit road. Joshua Buckley, Rob Higgins, Bob Higgins coming to pit road. TJ Henson will also bring his number 97 down pit road. So as they all pit, looks like for Joshua Buckley, it was just fuel in the number 13. So he'll get back out onto the speedway. Your front runners here tonight not coming to pit road. Bruce Potter, though, he'll get a lap back here. So Bruce going to come back around here. He is being scored. It looks like about 5 laps down by my math. I didn't even have to take my shoes off for that one, race fans. There is your race leader, the number 42 of Max Darrell. He has led them all since the drop of the green flag here tonight. Qualified on the pole and still holding down the top spot. All 26 drivers here after 15 laps being completed at the North Wilkesboro Speedway are out there onto the speedway. TJ Henson is just pulled down pit road just to get some more service done to the number 97 machine for TJ Henson. That Toyota will drop the jack. They'll get back out onto the speedway, so he will come back out. Still got the iRacing.com pace car lights on. So while we have the lights on here, race fans, we got to thank you all here tonight for tuning in on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Your home for all red light racing action, whether it's right here on Monday night with the big stars, the big cars of the Scrambler Series, or if it's Thursday night, that short track racing action, the SK Modifieds. We're in the midst of that heated battle. There's a championship battle, and I can tell you there's 1 point separating some of your favorite drivers. I'm not going to tell you which ones they are, race fans. You got to tune in on a Thursday night, same time as what we do here on Monday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern time, to watch some of these drivers you see out here tonight compete on the short track side of things. Which one of those drivers, though, is leading the points championship? I know that's what you're all thinking. Which one is it? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you tune in on Thursday night. Telling you, though, it's 2 drivers separated by 1 point. Lights are back out, so it'll be Max Terriot choosing the inside lane, putting the one-time burger bar. Number 6 of Chris Hammond to the outside. That'll be James Skelton, the fisherman. Or not so much fisherman, I guess, anymore. Still waiting to hear if he got that boat fixed. And that'll be Trent Potter to the outside. Great start. Here comes Max Terriot. He'll pull away down the front straightaway. Max pulls away. He's able to hold the field at bay. It'll be Chris Hammond, James Skelton, side by side down the back straight away. As they go side by side for the second position, here comes the number 8. That is Zach Mitchell. He'll work the inside to perfection. He'll get around the number 18. That is Trent Potter. Potter stuck to the outside, and he's got the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen just behind him. Down to the inside, that is Ken Allen in the number 81. Allen a bobble that time out of turn number 2. Just a little bit, but not enough to open up the inside lane to the number 18 for Trent Potter. Max Aaron has opened it up to about a half a second race lead here with 20 laps officially in the books. You're watching the best battle. Car 18 to the outside. That is Trent Potter. Car 81 to the inside. That is Ken Allen. Just behind them, the 2 of Michael Trevarthen on the outside lane. Then it's Chad Allcares, who's sideways. Almost lost his donuts out of the side of that number 15 machine. Allcares will gather it back up. Just has not not been able to really work his way through the field here in the early goings. Here comes now Jason Wells working the outside of the alien weight number 64, trying to see if he can get the outside to work. Some of these drivers have made the outside work here tonight. Some of these drivers just going bottom feeding down on the bottom side of the speedway, as that's where they are finding the most grip here tonight. Michael Trevarthen getting out from behind the number 18 of Trent Potter. He works the inside now in that number 2. Didn't get to talk to Michael Trevarthen about the storm damage down there in Tampa around his house. But he's here tonight, so we're glad he's here. That means he's A-OK. Now you see the 64 Wells making his way to the inside, so does Ethan Troutman. So everybody's starting to funnel themselves down now after a handful of green flag laps. Murdoch still stuck to the outside here as you see these number 62 of Ethan Troutman to the inside. Murdoch going to try to power up, go right around the outside. There is the lawnmower. Car number 11 of Sean Single, after cutting the grass down the back straightaway, he's worked himself back close to the top 10. Not quite there, 2 spots out of being back into the top 10 here tonight. Anywhere you look right now, these drivers having themselves one heck of a battle, whether it's here or whether it's way back here. Luke Logan Allen, one of those featured drivers, well, he came to pit road. He put 2 right side tires on. Oh, TJ Henson gonna nose it into the wall again. Henson gonna bring out the caution flag here. As you see, the front end of that Toyota was crunched up. So the front end for TJ Henson buried deep into the inside wall. As you see him already back to pit road, virtual of our, well, we'll call it the old, we'll call it a tow truck. It's called a reset button. He hit it. See what happened here out of turn number 4. Got loose just like last time and right in front of Ryan O'Donnell. That was back there for the 21st, 22nd position between the 2 drivers. Right on board. Watch the hands for TJ Henson. Bam! Self-yeeted. I think that's what the kids call it. So a couple more takers coming to pit road here. Chad Allcares, Ethan Troutman, Tony Strano, Tim Combs, Bill Benedict. All coming to pit road here. Second caution flag of the evening here tonight in the Chris Hammett Presents the One-Time Burger Bar Throwback Spectacular. And what do they mean by throwback? Well, this track here tonight at North Wilkesboro was scanned to the 1987 edition. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his posse came out here to the track. It was overgrown. The wilderness was taking back the facility here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. They chopped it, they trimmed it, they got it all scanned into iRacing. It's the old surface from back in the 90s, living here today on iRacing. The track has since been repaved at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. NASCAR now makes it a regular stop every year for the last 2 years. They have come here. They hosted an all-star race, and now they brought their regular series. Their 2 of their main 3 series have made a stop here this year at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Short track racing also comes here throughout the year. Lights are still on the iRacing.com pace car. Jeremy out there tuning in like always, cheering on his favorite driver. We got to talk about you picking your favorite drivers. There he is, the 01 of Richard Murdoch out there onto the screen. He's running into the 9th position currently here. Has not come to pit road. One of the drivers, it looks like one of about 12 drivers who have yet to pit here tonight. So the once an Air Force member, now the civilian is what we call him around here. One driver that's picked up the most spots. There you see the Bush Light. Or just the Bush. Number 40 for Rob Higgins. Sure, he's got a few of those over there by his sim rig. He's been able to pick up 11 spots along with the other Canadian just behind him, the driver in the 989. That is Scott Duncan. Scott Duncan making his 2nd consecutive start here with the series this season. Scott was a short track racer with Red Light Racing. Ran a little bit of the big stuff here on Monday night, but now, last week and this week, he's back behind the wheel of that machine. ready to go this time out of turn 4. We're going to get this one back underway as the iRacing.com pace car makes its way to pit road. Max Terriel drops the hammer and says, chase me to turn number 1 if you can. Everybody looking A-OK as we come back to complete the first lap back to green flag. Everybody up off turn 4. They were looking 3 wide. Oh, problems. Right, O'Donnell. O'Donnell into the back, and uh-oh. Look at the yard sale on the front straightaway. Scott Duncan involved. There's the 60 of Luke Logan. There's Bill Benedict, and he's one of those drivers that are trying to make it into the chase. There's Tony Strano. There's Ethan Troutman. It is a big pile up here out of turn number 4. Watch this one back. It starts with Ryan O'Donnell on the top side. Did he get a little help? Maybe a slight bump from Troutman. And Troutman got hit by the 3, and you see the whole field just coming in. Watch from on board here with the number 989 of Scott Duncan. Didn't even know it was coming. This is from Luke Logan. Look what happens to Logan here. Slows it down. Thought he was going to get through, and the hole just closed up, and he got sandwiched like a goldfish sandwich. Tony Strano last night in the practice race, you see him in car number 3, just to the outside there, gave a little boop, a little bop, and then he got ran over from behind. These short tracks, you try to carry as much speed as you can, and then something happens out in front of you, and you just have nowhere to go. Well, let's take a look. Looking to see. A couple drivers still down on pit road. Tony Strano, Bill Benedict, Chad Allcares is still down there. Looks like Bruce Potter still also out on pit road. Some of these drivers having to make multiple trips to see if they can fix up some of their machines here. One driver has called it a night here, and that was TJ Henson. Unfortunately, the youngster said, I've had just about as much fun as I could take here at this track. So he is done here this evening. One car having a funnel to the back of the field. That'll be Brandon Feeney. He's back out after spinning onto pit road. Feeney is back on the lead lap here after that caution flag, so Feeney can give another try at picking up some positions. Rob Higgins picked up another one, by the way. Keeping that Busch Beer entry looking smooth. Lights are out, though, as you see that on the iRacing.com pace car, so it'll be Max Terriel, James Skelton, Zach Mitchell, Chris Hammett, Michael Trevarthen, and Ken Allen, the first 3 rows as we get ready. Luke Logan not able to make it back out onto the speedway. He's done here tonight. Scott Duncan is done, and so is TJ Henson. We'll go back. Race going to be 39 laps officially completed here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Great start again by Max Terriel. A good start by James Skelton to be able to go from the outside lane to the inside lane. Front 4 will go single file already with Ken Allen and Michael Trevarthen trying to figure out who is going to hold the 5th position. There you see the number 81 up the speedway. That should give it to the number 2 as, oh, there's a wiggle that time by Mr. Wiggle himself for car number 2. They're battling it, oh, sideways again for the number 2. Trevarthen going to give that spot right back to Ken Allen. Allen going to be able to slam the door as now it'll be Sean Single who's worked himself back into the top 10, inching ever closer. Oh, there comes Rob Higgins. Higgins with an unexpected left-hand turn straight into pit road. take the look back because don't think Higgins tried to go. He got a little piece of the curbing, got a little piece of Ryan O'Donnell, and that's one way to quick pit. There's the race leaders. They've single-filed themselves out in the top, well, call it the top three. A little bit of a breakaway with Terry Alt, Skelton, and Mitchell. The top three right now are the drivers that have picked up wins. You're only missing one driver out of the top three. Well, out of the four drivers, I should say, that picked up wins this season, and that is Jeffrey Souza. He's back here. He started just outside the top 15. He's got the state analyzer machine inside the top 10 already, though. And we're not quite halfway in this one. Trying to get around the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen as he works the outside there for Souza. Souza going to carry some momentum into Souza Media, number 4. Just behind that is Joshua Buckley, who's been able to pick up 8 spots. Right now has the most spots gained for any driver out onto the speedway. It was Rob Higgins before he decided to go down pit road. Turbo Dork Radical Paints, number 98, Randall Donnie, the driver out of Canton, Michigan. Working the outside, and look at old Mr. Murdoch. He's back there. Murdoch came to pit road, and it looks like 4 tires and fuel for the 0-1 of Murdoch, and the claws up. 0-1. He'll get under Ryan O'Donnell. Remember, fresh tires there for Mr. Murdoch. Ryan O'Donnell has not come to pit road. He is the furthest back running car right now for anybody who has not come to pit road. Nothing's changing at the front of the field, race fans. It's still Terry Alt, Skelton, and Mitchell is how they're running. As we're showing you some of the better battles out there onto the speedway. Sideways for the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. That car stepped out from underneath him. They're looking to go 3 wide here. As Ben to the outside as, Troutman, he will go ahead and lift out of it. This is the battle back here for the 14th, 15th position. See, Allcare's back there. He's not in this battle. He's a lap down. Hey, remember how Rob Higgins decided to take that big old, I guess, exciting trip down pit road? Well, he has not gone a lap down, actually. He's still on the lead lap, running back there into the 20th position. But if you look, do we have a camera riding on board with the number 40? We do have a checkered flag, also my onboard camera with the number 40, Rob Higgins. He is only a straightaway. That is your race leader back there that you saw, that black dot in the background. That is Max Theriault. And just behind Max, James Skelton is right there. They've opened up a gap a little bit away from the number 8 of Zachary Mitchell. There you see Mitchell, the 4X racer. Then you see Chris Hammett, the other 4X racer. One's got a throwback, and one's just got his normal paint on it. But how about Sean Single? He got wrapped up going through the grass, and now he's wrapped up in this battle. And that battle is with the number 18. That 18 is Trent Potter down to the inside. Neither one of these drivers have come to pit road. Richard Murdoch, who's just behind this group, he has come to pit road. Murdoch is just chewing through the field like he's got his claws up. He's got 4 fresh tires. He's been able to make them work. He came down pit road back on lap number 35. So just 20 laps ago, he came to pit road. He's been able to tear through the field. Murdoch around Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen that time wiggled again off turn number 4. He wiggles, but Trevarthen just kind of stuck up on that outside lane. He's stuck behind the Care Bears number 11. And that time Murdoch tried to go way wide, and I don't think there's any real racing groove up there for you, Murdoch. Sideways again for the number 2. Michael Trevarthen is definitely letting that car eat here tonight. Remember, your race leaders have not come to pit road, and as the battle is raging on for the race lead, James Skelton looked to the outside there for a moment. Well, that time just looks like he missed it. Went straight up the track in turns 3 and 4. So as that one cools off, let's look back here at the 0-1 of Murdoch once again. You see him trying to get closer to the top 5. If he can get the spot away from Sean Single, that'll be for the 7th, and he will. Single sideways, got me up out of my seat momentarily. So now Murdoch has the 7th position as Sean Single fades just a little bit. There's the number 2. Ryan O'Donnell with a little bit of a cross-up moment. That Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry was crossed up. Gets it back underneath, and there is Ethan Trentman. Both those drivers made the contact to go around to bring out that last caution flag. The old parking lot on the front straightaway. Ryan O'Donnell back inside the top 15, though. He's back running 14th now since the 62 got around him. Jeffrey Souza in that stant analyzer machine still continuing to try to march forward here tonight. Souza did not come to pit road, neither did Sean Single, but behind them, that is Tim Combs. And Combs has been to pit road, 4 tires and fuel for the driver out of Ohio. Tim Combs got to meet up with one of the members of Red Light Racing. Last season, Peyton Johnson was here on Red Light Racing, and well, Combs was on his way to Bristol last week, and well, Peyton gave him a good old, hey, why don't you come down here and play at the old country club? So Tim Combs got to whip out the old driver, a couple of those sticks, and lost a handful of balls. But he was down there sideways for Souza. Souza heating up those tires now, as there goes the 17 of Tim Combs. He'll just go right around the outside. Now everybody has gone single file, and this is still one of the closest battles here. But I think that number 86 is just stalking your race leader right now. While we were watching all those battles, I was told this happened. Watch the 38 of Brandon Feeney. Well, he thought it worked for Sean Single, so why not give it a good whirl for him? Feeney, that's grass, that's not dirt. As you watch this battle, they have broken out your 2 race leaders to a 2-second race lead. And uh-oh, Feeney having some problems. He's going to get the ship righted, but right in front of the race leaders. That's what happened to Brandon Feeney. Yep, same thing that happened the lap before, but he'll slide it down to the inside and then just gets it pointed and goes. Check out the battle for the race lead. Max Terriot defending by running the low line here tonight, telling Mr. Skelton, if you want to get around me, you are going to the outside here tonight. And it's working. Skelton able to utilize the Toyota power up underneath the hood of that number 86. He's able to pull even. The question being, will he be able to make it go around the outside? Can he trailer park him here tonight? Dead heat at the line. Still Max Terriot going to lead here tonight. And Skelton do it. We've seen some drivers go up there and make passes. It's gonna be a battle, that's for sure, because Max Terriot just not gonna move over. As now out of 4, new race leader at the line. First time here tonight. James Skelton will lead some laps. And sideways for the 42. A rare mistake there by the number 42 of Max Terriot. He had that car all sorts of out of shape, able to hold on to it like he was DK, and I don't mean Donkey Kong. Bill Benedict having some problems in his number 90 as he'll bring out the caution flag. So the 4th caution flag of the evening flying just after the halfway portion of tonight's race here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. The Lego number 90 of Bill Benedict III going around. We'll watch it back, see what happened to Bill. Take a look. It's been the trouble spot off turn number 2 all evening long. Spun it around and bounced it off the outside wall, and race control here tonight going to throw the caution for that one because that car was starting to head back out onto the speedway. Drivers all coming to pit road. They are over halfway home in this one, so they are figuring why not come to pit road. Race leader James Skelton going to hit his stall. See if he can put 4 tires on and get out first. Does anybody roll the dice and pull a 2-tire stop here? Looks like 4 tires for most of the leaders. Down and away goes the Alien Weir number 64 of Wells. He'll go 2 tires and he'll win the battle off the pit road. 2 tires for Jason Wells, and it's Skelton, Terriel, Hammett, Feeney, Trent Potter, Richard Murdoch, Ken Allen, Zach Mitchell, and Michael Trevarthen. One driver has elected to stay out here, and well, what do you think it's a big old surprise? It'll be the number 4, Jeffrey Souza. He will take over the race lead here tonight. Souza not coming to pit road. Will it be it's a bold strategy, Cotton. We're going to have to see how that one plays out. That's for sure. Remember, though, Jeffrey Souza has picked up 2 wins this season, so he is locked into the playoffs. So this is just him trying to go for another win if he can get this done. If not, no harm, no foul. As actually looks like Souza just going to take a lap lead here tonight for that number 4 Souza Media entry. Stand Analyzer on the side of that Ford, as he'll now come to pit road and see if he can get some service done to it. I think he forgot. Back it up. I think he just forgot where he was pitted. That'll turn things over to the driver that took 2 tires. The only driver to put 2 tires on his machine. There you see the number 64, the Alien Weir number 64 of Jason Wells. Wells comes into the night. Let me take a good old gander at this. I don't want to say it's wrong or right or where we're at. I'm looking. I was going to say, I thought I said his name earlier. Jason Wells is inside the cutoff portion of this. Looking at him, he is sitting 5. He was 5 points ahead of that cut line coming into the night. If he would win, he could guarantee himself a spot at the big dance. We're coming back here as the iRacing.com pace car lights are out. Will be 76 laps completed here tonight in the One-Time Burger Bar Throwback Spectacular here tonight. Got to thank Chris Hammett for tonight's coverage. Green flag back into the air. Wells going to try and run away and hide. He'll utilize the high line here, see if he can keep the momentum up, but look at the fresh tires down to the inside. That's the 86. That is James Skelton. He's got 4 fresh tires, and he is trying to get around the 2-tire car to the outside. At the line, though, it will go to Jason Wells. Wells had it at the line, but Skelton utilizing the inside. How long can the 2 tires hold up on the outside lane for Wells? Max Terriel is right there. So is the number 6 of Chris Hammett. They're come by at the line. James Skelton will take the race lead back that time. Everybody else pretty much single-filed themselves out already except for the number 18 of Trent Potter. He's back there battling to the inside of Richard Murdoch. Oh, Murdoch going to take the 5th spot. Now Zach Mitchell trying to get to the inside of Potter as they still continue to battle for the race lead because James Skelton slipped that time out of turn 2 and allowed the number 64 of Wells to get back to the outside. Wells just not going away on those 2 tires. He's still able to hold serve on the outside lane. Max Terriel not able to do anything. He's just sitting back there for the time being. Talk about way wide, high, and around the outside. Wells going to slip up, and he is outside the groove. 1 car sideways. That was the 81 of Ken Allen. Allen was all sorts of out of shape. Gathered it back up. 1 car going, diving it in low. That's the Care Bear entry. John Single still outside the top 10 here. You got Ryan O'Donnell also right to his outside. Both drivers did come to pit road. Ryan O'Donnell just looking like he has the stronger Ford Mustang here. So he'll go around the outside. Can Joshua Buckley do the same thing? right on board with Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes. Let's take a ride around the North Wilkesboro Speedway. You are riding with Joshua Buckley. You hear how he has to play with that throttle in the center of the corner. Not quite able just to go hammer smash for the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Just behind Buckley, that is the number 3 of Tony Strano. Strano had a good battle just 24 hours ago here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. He was able to come right down to the wire, battling for a podium position, sliding sparks, smoke everywhere across the line. Tonight, though, he's got to get his rally cap on because he's back into the 15th spot. As you see Buckley using the outside lane, get around the Care Bear number 11. He'll make the pass. Max Terriot will make the pass on the number 64, Jason Wells. Problems for Sean Single. Sean was just in that battle we were looking at, and then it looked like he was going to lose a spot and fall back, and looks like the Care Bear fell off the shelf. Take a look. Josh Buckley to the outside, Sean Single to the inside, and Sean sideways already right there, and it just loops around. A lazy Care Bear slide. Though he slid, it's not really going to affect him. Didn't hit anything. What I can tell you, though, is he's down pit road. See Wells also down on pit road. He'll drop the jack. It'll be 4 tires this time for Wells. Wells will have to restart back right around the 17th position. So gives up that top 5 running spot at the time, realizing that the 2 tires were just not going to hold off the field with this many laps still remaining here. So hopefully he has enough time to try and work his way back through the field. Brandon Feeney now going to bring the Liquid Molly entry, the Feeney Call car, machine down pit road. Machine car down pit road. Yeah, machine car. So it'll be Skelton out front. Skelton is out front with Max Terriot, Chris Hammett. Zach Mitchell, Richard Murdoch, Trent Potter, Ken Allen, Michael Trevarthen, Ethan Troutman, Tim Combs. That's how they're running. A couple drivers that are out of tonight's race. Jeffrey Souza has called it an evening. Luke Logan Allen has called it an evening. Scott Duncan and T.J. Henson. So those drivers are all out. They will finish 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th, respectively, here tonight in the One-Time Burger Bar Throwback Spectacular here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. The Spectacular about to get back underway, though, because, well, those old lights on that iRacing.com pace car. I don't know why Josh Buckley stopped using the old Mustang. Must have got tired of me making fun of Ford and how the lights would always go out on it. But I guess this old iRacing, well, we don't even know what it is. It's an iRacing Custom, let's put it that way. It's out front here. .91 laps will be completed as Skelton jumps on the accelerator, and that machine lunges ahead. He'll be the first one to turn 1 as he goes single file. Max Terriot back there. And then Chris Hammett, Zach Mitchell will go side by side and see what kind of tango he can do with the claws up. Adventure in Pixel 01 of Richard Murdoch. Murdoch down into 3 and 4 here. See if he can get a good run off. He does not, so it actually will let Zach Mitchell single file himself as here comes Trent Potter now to the outside of the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch, and maybe a little contact there entering turn number 1. We've seen the 18 be very fast here tonight. We saw Murdoch very fast when he was on the Advantage tires here. Now everybody around him has the same strategy tires. Murdoch able to hold off Trent Potter for the time being, but Michael Trevarthen and Ken Allen, it seems like all night these two drivers have been passing their spots back and forth. Rob Higgins tried to go to pit road again by hot pitting it, but it looks like he likes to stay out this time. Skelton is out front here. It'll be 30 laps to go when he comes by this time. Murdoch still trying to hold off Potter. Murdoch running into the 5th position. Potter running back in 6th. Trevarthen right behind him. Leaders are starting to pull away from these two side-by-side machines. Chevrolet to the outside for Murdoch. Toyota power underneath the bonnet of Mr. Trent Potter's machine. Ford lurking in the background there for Michael Trevarthen. Sideways for Zach Mitchell in the red dog number 8. You want to talk about a throwback? That is a Kenny Wallace throwback. And it is definitely spectacular. Like, oh boy, like he's driving it. Our friends from the South will say that old son, he was driving that. Murdoch having to drive for his life, though. Closing the laps down here tonight, and Murdoch is trending now into the wrong direction. As you see Potter run him up the track just a little bit. Sometimes when you run side by side with somebody for so long, you just drive it down into the corner underneath them and you try to get them to wash up the speedway. You know Murdoch has made a lot of passes up top. Uh-oh, problems. Joshua Buckley rolling away, and it looks like he's got some very heavy damage on the front of the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13. Also being told Sean Single involved in this one. Let's take a look. What happened to the 13 for Buckley? Oh, you see Sean was sideways and ouch. Watch the 11. Oh, Single gets into Ryan Donnie and tries to correct it. Right on board, Sean. Hello. So while under this caution flag, a couple of these drivers taking advantage here to come to pit road. Murdoch, who was running in 5th, came to pit road. He'll come out running in 10th. Zach Mitchell put 2 tires on his. Nope, it was 4 tires. I was just seeing 2 tires laying over there, but it is definitely 4 tires for Zach Mitchell and Chris Hammett. So Chris Hammett, Zach Mitchell all come down, along with Murdoch giving up top 5 running positions on the speedway. Where will they end up here tonight? Just ahead of them, you're going to have 2 drivers that came down on lap number 87 and 88. That'll be Jason Wells and Brandon Feeney. Remember, Wells came to pit road because he could not hang on with 2 tires. He put 4 on. Now he's back to running in 6th. But he has drivers that are behind him with a little bit fresher rubber. Will it be an advantage for them? We're going to find out. Lights are still on here. So as the lights are on, taking a look, Sean Single has retired here tonight. Joshua Buckley going to have heavy damage. He's probably not going to be able to make it out in the little bit of time we have left here tonight. Looking at it, it should be 21 laps this time. It'll be 20 laps to go when we go back racing. So we'll have a 20-lap dash here after the second caution flag of the evening. Sure, some of these drivers tonight are saying let the cautions roll because then we won't have to battle with those new tires back there for Hammett, Mitchell, and Murdoch. Those drivers that all just came to pit road, though, they would love to see this one go green to the end so they could utilize those fresher racing tires. Pace car makes the left. It's in Skelton's hands, and he jumps on it early. Skelton will try to drive away Max Terrell, able to hold him right there. 3 wide, Murdoch to the outside. He'll put Zach Mitchell in the middle with the 62 of Ethan Troutman down low. They had it 3 wide momentarily, and Murdoch says he'll go 3 wide again if he has to. To the outside there. Big run down the straightaway, but he'll run out of time. James Skelton still the race leader out ahead of Max Terrell. Opened up a good-sized gap back to who is running second and third. There you see third and fourth. That's the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. That is Trent Potter, Jason Wells, Chris Hammett. All there fighting along with Mitchell over who's going to have that spot. 3 wide. Here comes the 64. He'll try the Kyle Larson line. And oh, Potter out of control. Potter out of control. He's going to make contact with the 2. And a couple of them going to go around. The 64 of Wells has some heavy contact. He's got some, well, that car is not going to be handling very well. I'd say he has a lot of wheel into it the way it looks, but something tells me it actually has nothing to do with the way the wheels are pointed that car is handling the way it is. Ooh, big deke move there. They're going to leave James Skelton out there on the older tires. Max Terrell came to pit road. He brought Chris Hammond along with him. See Trent Potter coming down pit road after that. Looks like everybody's going to take 4 tires, too. So Skelton stays out along with Wells. Wells came back on lap number... It looks like he's actually going to come to pit road again. Tire damage on the 64 might end his night here with just 15 laps remaining at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So I'm sure you're looking at the updated running order right now. James Skelton, Zach Mitchell on the older tires are running 1 and 2. Newer tires back from lap 101. That is Ethan Troutman, Richard Murdoch, Tim Combs, Rob Higgins. How many times has Higgins tried to go to pit road here tonight by hot pitting? And he's sitting here, plus 18 spots now at the end of this one, running in 6th. So we had 20 to go when we went back racing there. This one's probably going to knock about 2 more laps at least off the ticker. So we're at just over 10 laps remaining here when we go back racing. I'm sure Trent Potter would like to have that one back there. You see the number 18. He's back there now running 12th. Could possibly be 13. Looks like the official said, let's double them back up, see if we can get going, give them an extra lap here of green flag racing competition here tonight for all the race fans tuning in. So we're going with 12 laps remaining here when the green flag drops. Skelton to the inside. Zach Mitchell to the outside. Ethan Troutman to the inside of row 2. Murdoch to the outside of row 2. Pace car in. Skelton says right about now, hit the gas pedal. Look at that 62. Ethan Troutman was ready for it. Not letting the number 8 of Zach Mitchell to the inside. Murdoch sliding up out of turn 2. Murdoch slid up. Now here comes the number 17 of Tim Combs. Remember, Murdoch's got some fresh tires back there. 3 wide pinballing. Ryan O'Donnell, and I believe that was the 42 of Max Terriel. Got a little pinball crazy. One driver down to the infield there, and that is Tim Combs. Tim, you cannot park there. I repeat, Tim, you cannot park there. Now, all of a sudden, I missed it. Murdoch is running P3. Not sure how Cotton Eye Joe got to 3rd, but we're going to roll with it. So it'll be Skelton, Mitchell, Murdoch, Troutman. Uh-oh. Rob Higgins was there, and now he's not. Caution lights are on, though, with just 9 laps to go. A lot of craziness happening here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Let's watch what happened to the Busch number 40 for Rob Higgins. Hey, Rob, there's a curb down there, and Max had those fresh tires. Chris had... Oh. All right, on board. Let's watch the hands. It's from on board with Rob Higgins. Gassed it up, tried to drive it out, and find yourself sitting on the edge of the pit wall. Hey, but look at this. Bruce Potter going to get another one of his laps back. So Bruce is being scored in 20th here tonight. A night that started off pretty bad for Bruce Potter. Could turn into possibly a top 20 run here at the end of this one. It's almost like the little engine that could. Well, what was that old one? The little toaster? The Brave little toaster? That's what it was. My wife was explaining the Brave little toaster to my wife, and I looked at her and said, I haven't heard that one in about 30 years. And with this old memory, forget it. But it is James Skelton, Zach Mitchell, Richard Murdoch, Ethan Troutman, the top 4 drivers. This is going to take us down under 5 laps remaining here. Might have to go to a green-white checker, but not one of those green-white checkers that you think of. Here in Red Light Racing, we have 3 green-white checker attempts. What's a green-white checker attempt? Well, we line them up like you see him trying to do it now. We take the green, we come back around, we take a white, we come back around, we take a checkered. Green, white, checkered. We have 3 of them. If we don't get to finish it off, if we get the 3, well, race fans, at that point, the racer said they've had enough. Lights are out, so we'll go with 4 laps. We'll give you an extra one. We love bonus laps. Still going to be Skelton, but Skelton will choose the inside here. Watch out for Max Terriel. He's got the freshest tires back there. He's running into the 6th spot there. You see him to the outside, the black number 42. Waiting on James. He's down and away. Can Murdoch get underneath that number 8 of Zach Mitchell going into turn 1 here? He's got fresher tires. It'll be Skelton, Mitchell, Murdoch. Here comes Max Terriel, though. He's breathing down. It'll be 3 to go. This one is not over yet. And Zach Mitchell is trying to get all over the back end of the 86. Is Skelton a little bit of a block there. Murdoch going to open up the inside lane. Here comes the 42 of Max Terrell. The old popsicle sticks will go up. It'll be 2 laps remaining here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Trying to come back around here to get to the Feeney call white flag. Watching the battle for first, second, third, and fourth. White flag out of turn 4. It'll be the final trip tonight around, presented by the Feeney call. James Skelton trying to hold on here. Hold off Zach Mitchell one final time down the back straightaway. Skelton looking like he's going to have this one in the books. It'll be Skelton coming off corner number 4. Oh, Max Terrell going to spin at the line. Give it to James Skelton, Zach Mitchell, and Richard Murdoch will walk away with a podium here. Ethan Troutman, Trent Potter, Max Terrell will spin across the line, finishing into the 6th spot. Chris Hammett spins across the line. He'll go 7th. Michael Trevarthen 8th. The BC, number 45 of Big Ben, he'll finish in 9th. And how about Tony Strano walking away with a top 10, but your race winner doing the donuts out here tonight? There it is. He thinks he's a fisherman. Let's watch this back here. Let's slow this one down out of turn number 4. There you see the 86 of Skelton. He is rolling, and watch this. You're going to watch the 42 of Max Terrell right there in the background trying to go for P number 2. And he just loses it out from underneath him. Bob Higgins back there spinning off the bumper of the number 3 of Tony Strano. And nosed right into the wall for Max Terrell. It rebounds him right back across the line, but not before some of those drivers are able to scurry right around him. Crazy unofficial results on the left-hand side of the screen here tonight. So as the drivers you see in the top 3, we should be able to get to talk all 3 of them here tonight, so don't go anywhere, race fans. You're going to want to hear the Shiny Things podcast post-race show here tonight. Find out what's on their minds if you tune in to the Shiny Things, as we're going to find out what the shiny thing is on the top 3's mind right after this.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to the North Wilkesboro Speedway race fans after some exciting racing here tonight in the One-Time Burger Bar Throwback Spectacular. It was a spectacular race, and I know you don't want to hear it from me. You want to hear it from the top 3, so don't worry. We have what's on their mind. That shiny thing, remember? The shiny thing? Let's see what it is on their mind here tonight for the top 3 drivers. Starting things off with the driver that will finish P number 3. How did you do it here tonight, Murdoch? A great car out there. It looked fast. Did it feel fast?
As fast as I could get it to go. I definitely was not a top 3 car had, everybody ran their best race. Sometimes, especially at tracks like this, you got to let old Lady Luck do some work for you, and she was definitely in my corner tonight. So I'll take it. That's for sure.
We saw you come down early, put tires on with a majority of the field electing to stay out, and then that outside lane looked to be where this car was favored.
Definitely for me, I was horrible on the inside. I don't know if maybe my foot isn't gentle enough to run the inside line, but I was able to make some moves on the outside line and went from, I think, 17th to P7 between cautions, which helped me out a lot. And then that last pit stop just kind of helped me get some fresh stickers on there from the previous run, and just kind of lucked up. Max got a little too hard out of 4 and got me a top 3. So, like I said, I'll take it.
Yeah, what did you think there on the coming to the checkered flag? You're running 4th. You put up a good battle, but it looked like you were going to settle for 4th, and then all of a sudden, smoke from the back tires of the 42.
Yeah, anytime I'm racing next to Max, I'm like, there he goes. He's so dominant in this league, and it's very rare that he makes a mistake. So when I saw it, I just pushed my pedal to the floor, and luckily it stuck, and I was able to get. I don't know how he fared down there on the bottom, but when I crossed the line, it said P3. I kind of was like, whew,
Well, your old buddy Jeremy out there said he peed a little bit when he saw you were able to come across in 3rd. So what do you say we wrap this up? And who's on the side of this machine other than Jeremy? I think you should put his face on the car next.
Yeah, I might do that. Tonight I'm running my other sponsor, old Claws Up Charter, my buddy Doug Robertson out here in Somerville, South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina area. Got a great charter. If you want to go catch some sheephead or redfish or anything basically into Charleston Harbor, he's got you covered. And then, Jeremy, man, my good buddy, he's always watching, probably my most loyal watcher out there with Adventure and Pixels. I think I've been running his the longest. So, man, it's awesome to hold these conversations before and after the race. And he had made a comment about my qualifying effort here, which has been lacking. And so to be able to get up here and give them a shout out is awesome. And then also my friend Katie, she's up in Tennessee for tuning in. Mr. T here in Somerville. My Uncle Steve here. My Uncle Gary out there in California, turning them 18 wheels on the road. Hope he gets to watch this later. And my dad up in Chester, South Carolina, he tunes in and watches me. And thanks to my teammate James, we put in some practice, and he's like, dude, all I want you to do is hot laps because your qualifying sucked, and it still kind of sucked today, but James helped me out a lot to get where I finished. And then again, Lady Luck. So thanks to all the drivers for coming out. This was a tough one. Thanks to our sponsors that make these broadcasts happen, and Josh, James for helping run this league. I mean, it's a good bit of work, but it's definitely worth it and a lot of fun. And all the drivers that show up week in and week out. And of course, thanks to you, Roger. It's nice to finally get to talk to you. It's been a while. So it's always a pleasure.
Well, there it is. I thought he was going to take the rest of the night here tonight, but Mr. Murdoch, tonight the civilian will finish P number 3 in that 0-1 machine. He was able to pick up 9 spots, so he's the biggest mover, and he finishes on the podium here tonight. 1 spot farther up here in the pecking order, it's the number 8 of Zach Mitchell. Zach, a very fast Red Dog Ford Mustang here tonight. It looked fast, and it looked like you had a shot here for this one. Did you just run out of time?
Yeah. After the crash we had at like lap, 110 or something like that, the car was driving a little different, had a little wheel damage. Just couldn't roll the center enough to get a run on James. And every time I did get a good run, I was spinning the wheels halfway down the back straightaway. But overall, I'll take it. Pretty good night.
How hard is this track? This still has the old pavement here. They have not done a rescan of the North Wilkesboro Speedway yet for iRacing. So how hard is it with these powerful Xfinity machines and this old surface?
It was tricky. I didn't get any practice last night. I missed the first half of practice tonight, so I didn't have a lot of laps. But I like this place. I got my first red light win here in the 1987 cars. It's always been fun to come back to this place.
You say 1987 cars. Do you miss the 1987 cars here on Monday night?
Yes and no.
Sure, we're keeping short and sweet on that one. James and Richard are listening in on us here. So what do you say, this car here tonight, do you take this car with the short track ability that you had here tonight and the rhythm and the repetition you had, are you able to transfer that next week to Bristol?
Bristol is one of my most hated short tracks, and I believe we're in the truck next week, and I don't like the truck, and Bristol's not very good to me because I struggle to run the high line. But we'll give it a shot. I got my win. I'm locked into the playoffs, so if I wreck, I guess.
How about I give you some great news here, Zach, because we are not running the truck next week. It looks on the schedule for my side of things anyway. We're going to drive that old, the next-gen car. How do you feel about that one at least?
I don't like that car either.
Well, hey, it can't help you any more than that, so what do you say? Who makes this all possible to make the number 8 as fast as it can here on a Monday night?
Can't thank the guys at Forex Racing enough. Chris was in the practice last night and provided a lot of tips on how to do it, so I didn't have to do as much practice as I normally would. But me and those 3 guys always have a lot of fun. Can't thank James, Richard, and Josh, the admins, enough for putting on the series. It's always fun to come on Monday night.
There it is, Zach Mitchell tonight. He'll finish P number 2. He's locked into the playoffs, so he doesn't have to worry about terrible Bristol next week. So with him finishing second, Murdoch finishing third, well, that means the Flower Man here tonight will be the driver that finishes P number 1. And how about it again, back in victory lane with this number 86, James? It's on a streak this year.
Yeah, for sure, Roger. This year's been a lot of fun. When I thought I had a really good piece at New Hampshire and kind of fell apart, got wrecked at the end, and I felt going into this race that just after last night and doing some practice, I didn't do any practice this week, but just after last night and doing some practice today, that I thought I probably had, potentially one of the better cars. And once I got the track position, I felt really good. I was just really saving my tires once I got the lead. But then once I saw everybody pit with, 25 to go or so, I thought it was going to be a sit and duck. So I'm just, it was all about the restart. Thank goodness we had the restart zone. If we didn't, if we went on green, I would have definitely been a sit and duck. So glad to get the Flowertown Animal Hospital Toyota Supra in victory lane, and we'll move on next week.
So now that we're looking at what is your 4th win here in 9 starts, do you think, starting to look at this playoffs, do you think people are looking and probably placing their bets on this number 86 as you've been able to win majority of the races so far?
No, I think once the playoffs come, it's a reset. We can just keep building, having fun this season. Bristol, Zach doesn't like Bristol. Bristol's one of my favorite tracks. So we go from, a track I really like tonight to another one next week. And I really don't even know what the tracks are in the playoffs. So we're just going to enjoy the run that we're on right now. And then when we get to playoffs, we'll have to get in playoff mode and kind of points race for the beginning and try to get to that Final Four.
Well, before we wrap things up here tonight, what do you say? Did you fix that boat yet?
Oh shoot! Yes. After quite a bit of money, we are fixed. We might be going out tomorrow. So we got a tire back on the trailer. We got all new parts and pieces on it. So we're fixed up.
So you got that fixed up. But before I roll this red carpet out for you here one final time tonight and hand you this microphone, how about instead of going fishing tomorrow night, you hop yourself in a go-kart and get ready to get spanked up with Mr. Murdoch?
Oh shoot! No, we got some time to. Richard and I, we got to lose some weight. We got about 2 months or so, so we're excited to come race with you at old track house here in a few months.
Well, it's actually 4 weeks is what you got if you look at your calendar. I know you guys are in the South, time rolls a little slower down there, but hey, let's roll this red carpet out and hand you the microphone. And who do you got to thank for another win here on Monday night?
First off, I got to give a shout out to Richard. He's a good man. He just texted me, said happy anniversary. I got to give a shout out to my wife. We've been together 20 years, 12 years of marriage, and she allowed me to still race tonight. So I got an awesome wife, and I got an awesome best friend. Richard's definitely my best friend, and got to give him a huge shout out for getting on the podium. I'm a big stats guy. I looked at his stats early in the week, and he always finishes well, but his qualifying effort is just god awful. So At least he got to 12th, and he made some really, really good strategy calls when he pitted. I didn't think he was doing it right, but it worked out really, really good for him. So I'm glad he got a good finish. I'm really jealous with all the guys and gals that watch him. So got to speed this up. Got to thank you, Roger. Thanks to all the admins, everybody that was watching, all the drivers, all of our sponsors, the One Time Burger Bar Spectacular 125. And I think that's it, and I will see everybody next week.
There it is. He's got to lose some weight so he can try to beat me. And, well, we're letting the civilian of Murdoch tag along with us, too. Congratulations, though, to James Skelton here tonight, not only on his win, but on his anniversary. How sweet it is that he can celebrate with his wife here tonight. That's going to about do it, though, here tonight from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Where do we head from here? Well, that means we head to the final race of the regular season. Next week, we head to the Bristol Motor Speedway for 150 laps of short track racing action. Anything can happen at Bristol. You thought this was a fast short track? Next week, it's faster, it's shorter, it's tighter, and everything is banked and it rolls downhill at Bristol. We'll tally up the points after Bristol, and we'll let you know who's all into the playoffs. We can tell you James Skelton, he's going playoff racing. Jeffrey Sousa, Max Terrell, and Zach Mitchell know that they are into at least the first round of the playoffs, but who will join them? The points are tight, and we'll do it next week to figure it out. But for everybody at the One Time Burger Bar, everybody at Red Light Racing, everybody with Checkered Flag Auto Supply, I'm Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you enjoyed tonight's virtual show from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And until we catch you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe. And we'll see you in Turn 3.